I'm here at the Firewheel Town Center. This is like, you know, the Dallas Metroplex area. And I'm hanging out with my buddies Toby from Tobyblog.com and his son, the VCubeSolver, also on YouTube. And we're doing something kind of fun. We just hit the World Market. Back home in Ohio, World Market no longer exists, at least in my neighborhood. But we went in there, we found 3 very unique sodas. Now they say there's 50 shades of gray. Today there's 3 shades of green. I'm kicking it off with my choice, my selection, a Plantation Style Old School 1904 Mint Julep cane sugar soda. The color, I cannot get over it. I was over myself, you know, just freaking out at the store with this color.
Beautiful. Let's get that, yeah, in the sunlight.
I mean, it's like a sea green is maybe the best way I could describe it, but I love this color. I want to marry this. This is my new favorite color, so I'm really...
It does look awesome and very light.
Now these are not entirely chilled, but... Alright, I'm going first.
Go for it.
Wow. A lot of times when we do reviews, I take a drink, I put it down, recycle it, I pass it to a homeless guy passing by, but this, I don't even know if I'm gonna let you guys try it. This is awesome, man. This is really, really, really awesome. It's minty without being too strong or kind of pepperminty. Yeah. It's sweet, it's bubbly, even not chilled. This is incredible. I don't know if I can like order this online, if that's a possibility. I want to ship some of this back home. You might have to. This is awesome, guys. Okay, I'm gonna bring Toby and Augie in to try this. I just said off camera, it literally tastes as good as it looks. And guys, we're starting off with a bang. I think it might be downhill from here. We've set the bar pretty high.
So Plantation Style, yeah, I'm looking at the color too, and it's just a beautiful light. You said sea green, I think. Almost looks like a marble, or like a glass marble or something, you know. And it has that look of glass, actually, I think.
And you kind of compared it to the Baja Blast at Taco Bell, which is actually, I think, a pretty fair comparison.
Maybe a little bluer on the Baja Blast. But,
yeah, a little greener on this end.
Definitely along those lines. So you know what? I think I'm gonna let the boy go first. What do you think?
All right, Augie.
All right. Looks very yummy. Let's see how it tastes.
How's it smell? Can you smell mint?
Yeah, it smells like almost a minty mouthwash or something.
A mouthwash. Nice.
I can promise you it tastes better than that.
Oh man, this is like a minty candy, but in liquid form.
It is. It's very sweet. And quite refreshing for soda, which you usually don't necessarily think of those two things hand in hand.
Not like peppermint, I guess, more like wintergreen. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm curious to kind of get...
It smells like gum, I would say, like a mint gum.
I mean, for me, the drawback of a lot of soda is that it's thick and kind of, you know, coats you and kind of too syrupy. But that one almost more along the realm of like a lemon lime soda. It was very kind of effervescent and fresh.
Well, you know, maybe I'll disagree a little bit. To me, it does taste syrupy. It smells like gum. It tastes like gum. Now, that's not to say it tastes bad. This is very good.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it. But I do get a lot of sweetness, a lot of sugariness out of it, I think. Mouthwash, no. I would say that, you know, I wouldn't compare it to Scope or anything like that. But I definitely have to approve. This is definitely something I'd get again. It's very light. And, you know, more and more I hear you talk about on Review the World that sodas a lot of times are a little too heavy for you, and that's not something that I've ever really, you know, considered before. But since then, I've been trying more of, you know, flavored fruit varieties, and I discovered grapefruit soda, which I quite enjoy. And now I see what you mean, that oftentimes it's just too much, too syrupy, too thick. And so this would be like a great alternative, you know, when you're not in the mood. You know, like I said, it is, to me, a little sweet in the mouth. But it's certainly not as heavy as like a root beer or something.
And it might be an excellent segue to the drink that you selected, Toby, and we're just going to keep rolling continuously, one shot here, because you kind of set that one up. I'll go ahead and take this off Augie's hands.
Let's show them together, because you'll see the color. Like you said, we have 3 different varieties of green here, and the one that I chose,
the most faint,
the JOIA Lime hibiscus and clove would definitely be the lightest.
It's a natural soda, it says.
Yeah, beautiful. It's also gluten-free. Layers of intensely fresh flavor. So I am expecting this to be quite a mouthful of flavor.
Yeah, flavorful.
We'll put this down and let's see. I can twist it off, thankfully.
And as you're doing that, I'm just kind of getting some of the background scenery here. Beautiful, beautiful area here in lovely Texas, man. God's country.
I think I smell like a slight flowery scent.
I was wondering if there's going to be any kind of a...
It's extremely subtle.
You want to be the first?
Yeah, I'll go first on this one.
This is your soda after all.
Okay, now this says lime, hibiscus, and clove, and what attracted me to it was the clove. I'm actually a big fan of clove.
Interesting.
I've had clove gum or clove like cinnamon sticks, but with clove flavor. I'm into all that stuff. My wife makes an awesome ham around Easter or Thanksgiving sometimes, and she puts a lot of clove in that. And to me, the more clove, the better. So, turns off a lot of people, but I'm really into it. And when I take a taste of this, man, you definitely get it. But it's not total. It's not a total. You get clove like in the background, and it's very strong. But I think what they're, the lime and the hibiscus. Now I don't know what hibiscus is like. I've never tasted a hibiscus. I'm not sure that I could detect the flavor in this. But I do know that the clove is cut, and I'm thinking I taste more of the lime. There's a citrusy and acidity to it. This is not something that I would pair with a ham sandwich, or this is definitely
like is it more of a standalone
taste. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is not something I would drink necessarily with anything else. When you're in the mood for something, like maybe you're in the mood sometimes for Indian food or something with really intense flavors, that's when I would go ahead and get this.
Pair it with that.
All right, so I'm really expecting an explosion of flavor. Not really sure if I like this or not. It's clear. It almost looks like water, but you can kind of get a hint of green in it. JOIA. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, that's right.
JOIA.
And you're right. I mean, it's practically clear. It's just ever so slightly has a tint of green or yellowish green. I'm curious to see what do you think of that?
Wow, lots of things going on in there. First, I don't think I like it that much.
I kind of didn't think you would. I mean, it's not. It's a very more sophisticated kind of flavor, something that.
But Augie, to his
kids
credit,
might generally find a hard time.
But to his credit, Augie, being familiar with Review the World, he's very game to try new things, and so we certainly appreciate that. And well, we're gonna bring me in to try it next and see how it goes. All right, drink number 2, my turn. I'm expecting some floral notes. I'm definitely curious. Let's go ahead and. My very first.
You get that hibiscus, right?
Reaction is that it's a bit sour. Typically you don't associate that with a soda, but there's definitely a sour taste, almost like a really.
I think it comes from the lime. I think that's that lime cutting in.
Yeah, more of a natural lime, not the artificial kind of lime.
Thomas!
Hibiscus and clove. I feel like off camera I had an anecdote that I was going to tie into this, but it's completely.
No, we grew.
There.
We had hibiscus plants in our yard. I can't say I was ever tempted to like.
That reminded me of what the story was.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are linked. So a few days ago I was taking a walk, nature walk, something Toby behind the camera loves to do, me as well. And I was really feeling Andrew Zimmern, Bizarre Foods, a man after my own heart. I love what he does, not just because he eats weird things. That's really not even the crux of it for me. It's just his zest for life. The guy really is very, but he'll sometimes just, grab a wildflower, he'll usually be with a field guide, he tells him what. But the other day I was taking a walk in the park and I saw a flower that looked really tasty. Don't know, it just looked appetizing, so I grabbed the flower and just put it in my mouth. Thankfully it wasn't poisonous. I did that. But also it didn't have any real flavor, it wasn't like I discovered some great snack, natural snack. It just tasted like a waxy flower. But some reason when you guys were, holding the hibiscus, it pulled that story to mind. I thought I'd share. Let me take one more sip before we move on. On the back end, there is some things going on that's more nuanced and cool. Not my favorite, but I think this one would benefit more from being chilled, possibly.
Yeah, I would agree.
up next, me and Augie together are going to present what he chose, and I think we're all excited about this one as well. So
Great.
all right, up next, Augie picked out a drink, and it really caught his eye. Augie, what do you got?
Well, I got lime soda, Cicero Beverage Company, Chicago style.
That kind of caught my attention. Chicago, I don't typically think Chicago style pizza, sure, some other types of food, but Chicago does beverages, and particularly one of this shape. And there's a cool image on the front where the you know, downtown Chicago, the Ferris wheel, the river there, or you know, lake, is green. And I don't know if they have other flavors and they do the same kind of gimmick, but
Yeah.
we were expecting a lot of flavor. I think, Toby, you said in the store it looked like a
Flavor ice. Looked like exactly like that bottle. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's pop the top. I think it might be a squeeze.
Yeah, basically, the only reason why I wanted to review this was just because it's green, and it was an awesome shade of green.
Yeah, very much.
All right.
Kind of like an emerald green.
It's electric. It's emerald. It's
This
definitely.
is the Legend of Oz, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Oh wait, sniff it.
Any scent?
Well, a limey scent. Don't really know what to expect though, based on the scent.
Moment of truth. 3 shades of green, man. We are far into the spectrum.
Wow. Very sugary. You get a lime flavor that I like it. I don't know. It's something like you have to taste on your own to really know, but it's good.
Out of the 3, would you rank that one at the top, or is the was the mint one?
I'm kind of torn between the mint and this. I'd have to say it's just as good as the mint.
Cool. I'm gonna jump right in.
Yeah.
I can't wait any longer. It just looks so cool. Here we go. In one way, it's exactly what I was expecting, but in one way, it's not. And maybe I don't know if Toby will be able to kind of detect that. When we say flavor ice, that put almost a negative connotation. I'm just sure there is a bit more lime than just sugar. I mean, it is sweet, as he noted at first. It's not that it's not sweet, but it does have lime flavor. It's not just, you know, sugar with, you know, a green sugary, you know, like it has a nice lime. It reminds me of like lime candies, like maybe a lime sucker or something, more than the flavor ice we originally said. But it does have some lime going on. And it's kind of cool because you see lemon lime soda is a dime a dozen. Every you know, knockoff and generic, they do their own version of it. You rarely, if ever, will come across a strictly lime soda, and I'm a lime fan, so I'm kind of digging this one too. For my personal preference, almost just the color alone, mint julep was my favorite. Augie's kind of torn between the two, but we're gonna bring Toby in to round this off and give his final thoughts as he tries the lime. We've got a chorus of birds ahead.
Yeah, luckily they're not like directly overhead. I'm just be watching out for those guys. Cicero Beverage Company, Chicago style. You talked about the Green River. I guess that's the only real Chicago kind of connection here. I'm not sure what a Chicago style soda would be like, but I'm not going to dwell on that too much. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, flavor ice, I remember having a bit of a sharper taste, and this is like that, but there's something kind of smoother about it, something a little more mellow about it. It doesn't quite hit you at the front of the tongue like the flavor ice does, as I recall. Is there almost a creaminess to it or something? I can't tell if it... I don't know, I honestly, I don't think this is quite as good as I was thinking it was going to be, actually. You get, like, lime flavor, but to me, it's more of candy lime and not, like, actual lime,
Sure.
For certain.
out of the three, they're pretty disparate. I mean, they're really, besides the color kind of connection we made, they're quite unique. How would you rank them if you had to?
I would say mint first. As an all-around drink, when you're in a mood or to be, paired with something that you might be snacking on or whatever, the mint's going to be on top, definitely. The clove I liked, but it's one of those things that you really have to be in the mood for. It's not going to be an anytime drink, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then last, I'm not even sure if I could say that I like this all that much, frankly. Not really a huge fan of the taste, of the flavor. If they had actually packaged just regular flavor ice in the bottle, it would look almost exactly the same, but I think I might like it a little bit better for what it is. This tastes like flavored ice with just a little bit of an off flavor, maybe. Almost like flavor ice that's kind of going bad or something like that.
So disappointed there. Definitely the big winner, mint julep. And in fact, I'm gonna go finish that and take a stroll through the park. Let's do it.